Hello again, Andy with HandyANDYHome.com, HandyANdy Handyman. You can catch us at 770-912-2829. And we're out today on another inspection amendment repair bid for a local Keller Williams agent team. And this house is down in the Vinings area. And kind of what's going on here is this deck is a huge deck. And it was built probably, I'm going to guess, 20 years ago. And then over time, designers have come in and they've added some stuff, and so the fireplace, the chimney that you see here, is a stone veneer, so there's no block in it. If it had cement block behind it, it couldn't, what they built here couldn't carry the weight. So this is just a veneer, decorative stone. But what they did when they built the deck is it's got nice 6x6 posts here, and you've got about, I think, 14 of them, 11, 13, 14, whatever it is, all the way through this run. And so there's a number of things that we need to do that the inspector has pointed out to strengthen the structure of this deck. It's not imminently going to fall down, especially as it sits now. But if you have a nice party and you load up 20 or 30 people up on this deck, one of the things that they've done since it was built, not only did they add this stonework here, but they've got a slate tile floor that runs the whole length of this deck. And this deck is probably, 50 by 12. That's a lot of weight up there. So we've got 6x6 posts. They're poured in set concrete. They don't have a lot of movement, but where you see some movement, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it from this angle right here. So it's got a nice pool area that I'm standing on right now. And as you look up into this area right here, see the gap? So what they did is they built this out, and then they tried to seal the space between this 6x6 post here and the stonework with concrete. And you look way up top, see how the concrete's cracked out and fallen away. If you come around to the left side, and again, it just shows movement. It's not huge. So if you look up into this corner right here, and I'll see if I can get us in there a little better. Sorry for the visual. Can you see the gap that's right up in here? Right under the gutter right there? We don't have enough light. I apologize for that. Again, it's not huge, but you got a couple of things. As you look at some of these 6x6s, they're starting to rack and they're starting to twist. And the reason for that is all this stuff is nailed. So in order to really fix this thing and give the strength that it needs, every one of these 6x6 posts all the way through needs to have screwed braces at the top and at the bottom. So once we're able to do that, then we'll be in pretty good shape. There isn't a lot of movement as we've gone through here. We've got a couple of posts, this one in particular. See the movement around how it was poured in place? So it's moved a little bit, and my guess is that all of this stuff here, the stonework and the flooring, was added during those renovations. The deck was already here. That's just my guess, but that's the only post that's showing me any movement, and it's on the outside of this chimney, which is taking a lot of weight. Right here on the very corner of this deck, we should have another 6x6 post coming down. So what's going to have to happen is they've got a decorative trim board that goes all the way around that's staying to finish this board right here. So you see how you got a tripled up 2x10s right here, but they nailed them. And so in this corner right here, you'll see some separation. I don't know if you can see the gap. See that darkness right there? See how it's pulled? And so the post is good. It's just starting to rack a little bit. It's a few degrees off from where it started. And again, you can see the nails have started to back out on this one. So again, we'd pull some of those nails and replace them with screws. Screws are forever, nails are short term. On this corner against the right rear corner, we would add a 6x6 post that would tie back into this structure here. And you can see where the rim board is separated right here in the back corner. So all the way around, we'd be pulling this little trim board off, bolting the rim board together all the way around. And then everywhere you see these joists, they sit on a ledger board, which when this deck was built, it was okay, but they nailed it. And code even today would say if you have a ledger board, you got to have 3 nails under each joist, and you don't have that. So we'd come in to double up the strength. We would screw down the ledger board. We're not going to remove it, and then we're going to add inside corner braces that'll be screwed, each one of them. So you got about 170 of those on this deck. So it's, every single one of these joists will be screwed back in. The rim board here is holding pretty tight, but we want to bolt it. You don't want to have nails on this thing. Again, it's not just the standing weight, it's the weight of 20 or 30 people on this deck, plus the stonework and the fireplace. you just want to avoid any potential issues. So the deck isn't going to fall down. These are all things that you're going to want to have just to strengthen and secure the deck. I can't show you in this lighting, but this 6x6 post here, it's one removed from the chimney. You can see that it's racked, so it's just spun a little bit, and we got the same issue up here. Again, it's not going to fall down. Nothing bad's going to happen to it. In this area right here, underneath the chimney, just to give it extra support, because it's carrying a lot of weight here. And you can also see, I can't show it from below, but see all this water staining in here when you come under the deck. So what's happened, and I'll spin in a second here and show you, when you come around the corner over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but see this dark edge right here? That's the 2x6 lumber that they built the deck with. They added this piece as an afterthought, so they've got 2x6s running underneath supporting this chimney. But the problem is all the water's coming down the stonework and landing on top of this stuff, and it never gets a chance to dry out. So it's going to start rotting. And you certainly don't want this rotting out underneath this chimney. That'd be a nightmare to fix that. And so what we want to do is add a trimmed, beveled edge trim piece all around the edges and seal it with clear elastomeric against the stonework. So any water that sheds down will drop to the outside edge and not be going inside like it is now. Underneath the chimney area itself, we're going to box it underneath here. We're going to create a header right here with a tripled up 2x6 or 2x8 piece underneath here and to the rear section under here. And each section will then be supported. The outside will be supported by a 6x6 post. And we'll probably, it may be overkill, but we'll probably put another 6x6 post in this area right here in front of this post that we're looking at right here. So on the front edge here. And that'll give this thing enough support on its own. I don't believe that the chimney's pulling the deck. I think there's just the weight of itself has created this gap in the joist here. But when we go upstairs, this movement was created before they laid the floor upstairs. There's no cracking in the slate tile upstairs at all. And that slate tile runs the whole length of this deck. So mostly what we're doing here is correcting what was done before they even put the slate on. The only movement that I see in the deck at all is out here on this chimney, which is what I expected. It just wasn't supported adequately. So A, you don't have to tear the thing down and rebuild it. We just need to re-support it a little bit. And what I'm saying should be in line with the inspection report. Not a huge repair, it's a lot of work. And we're happy to do it for you guys. Real estate agents from all over the metro area call us every day. We can't always be everywhere. You know, we're a small company, but we do great work. Just be patient with us. You can reach us at 770-912-2829. Once we pop these decorative trim boards off, these 1x10s that are all around the deck, we won't bid right now to put those back. The owner can ask us to do that or whatever you want to do. You can see they've gotten borer bees into it anyway. The holes you see on this area are the woodpeckers trying to get at the borer bees when they lay their larvae inside. You can see the channels that have been cut in some of this stuff. Not a lot you can do about that. We do have a retarder that we put on to try and keep the borer bees out. But once this stuff ages, even if it's been stained, the borer bees will get up underneath there and they're just looking to do their thing. But overall, great deck. We'll be happy to work on it. It's not as scary as some people might think. And it actually was, for its time, it was built fairly well. It's just a couple shortcuts that they took. And really, this is the biggest thing. Usually, a lot of times when they're doing work like this, renovators will bring in some of the cheapest labor, and they're just wanting to get paid. They may not even know how to do it. So stonework guy doesn't necessarily know how to handle a structure, and that's what's going on out here. So anything we do to help you out, I'm Andy with Handy Andy. Been out here for 25 years in Atlanta, fourth generation contractor. You can catch us at 770-912-2829. See you at the next house. Bye for now.